He was the sharpest mind in the police department, yet he turned out to be a thief himself. He stole a prison guard's power bank and hatched a plan to break a dangerous mastermind out of jail. They soaked scraps of paper in water and plastered them over the window and air vents. He hid food inside a sock, soaked it in water, and used salt to create an electrolyte solution. Then, he submerged the power bank in the mixture to generate hydrogen and oxygen gases. Next, he unraveled threads from a quilt to make a rope, climbed up to sever the electrical circuit, and connected the rope to the wires. He then put the bed back in place, stuffed his ears with paper, and hid under the bed with the quilt to shield himself from the blast. As soon as the cell filled with hydrogen, he pulled the rope. The gas exploded, and together they smashed open the cell door. Guards gave chase upon hearing the noise, but by then, the pair had locked themselves inside the laundry room. They dismantled a storage rack and used its parts to build a ladder. Then, they tied a bed sheet to a fire hydrant and wrapped it around a trash can. They mixed carbon dioxide and alcohol in the trash can to create a freezing concoction. They applied this mixture to the iron bars. A light tap was all it took to shatter them and create an opening. They climbed out the window and lowered themselves down using the bed sheet to create the illusion that they had fled the area. Then, using the ladder, they climbed onto the roof. By the time the guards reached the laundry room, the two had escaped the prison and vanished into the forest. However, the mastermind had already summoned his accomplices. They knocked him unconscious and locked him in the trunk of a car. Upon regaining consciousness, he cut the wiring to the taillight and signaled for help using Morse code. But heavy traffic prevented headquarters from pinpointing his location. The criminals took him to their hideout and began interrogating him. Suddenly, he kicked a nitrogen tank. As the valve snapped, the resulting lack of oxygen caused several of his captors to collapse. The mastermind drew his pistol, but just then, his partner arrived in the nick of time. He saved him and wiped out the entire gang in a single operation.